Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our AIG EduLive sessions. For today's sessions, we'll get the insights about the Edith Cowan's University popular programs like business, IT, engineering, and more, and also the entry requirements, the scholarships, and the post-study options as well. All right, without further ado, I got Ryan today with us, the International Account Manager from Edith Cowan University, and I will hand it over to you, Ryan.
Cool. Thank you, Tommy. And thanks for the opportunity to this afternoon to be able to share some information about Perth, about Western Australia, and about the ECU to you guys for this afternoon. So my name is Ryan. I'm working at the ECU International Office as account manager, look after student recruitment from Southeast Asia for ECU. So it's great to be connected online. So let's get this started. Many of you might heard about Sydney and Melbourne, but in matter of fact, Western Australia and its capital city Perth is actually more closer than Sydney and Melbourne to most of Southeast Asia capitals, including KL and Malaysia and many other Southeast Asia countries. So it's only 5 hours direct flights from Perth to KL, only 4 hours from Perth to Singapore, to Ho Chi Minh City, to Manila. It's all very close. And there's no time difference between Perth and most of the Southeast Asia capitals. So although we are not close to Sydney and Melbourne, but we are more closer to Asia, as well as to be the west gate to Africa and Europe, even Middle East for Australia. So if you look at the locations on the map, we are actually in a better location, in more central location, comparing Sydney and Melbourne, because you heard about the East Coast states so much, and you're automatically thinking, oh, it's the center of Australia. But if you look at the map, it's exactly the opposite. The Western Australia is actually more closer to the rest of the world. So because the location and closeness to the Asia and Africa and Europe. So we are operating more than 30 international domestic airlines, and there's more than 100 direct destinations. So including many, many countries in Southeast Asia. And also we have direct flights, one of the longest route in the world from Perth to London and Paris. It takes around 18 hours direct flights. That just show you how well connected we are. It's not when people think about Western Australia, this kind of stereotype, oh, it's a bit far away, it's a bit isolated, it's not close to any big cities. But if you look at the map, we even have direct flights to London and Paris. So 60% population in the world sharing the same time zone with us. So Perth right now is also 2 p.m. So it's very convenient. If you choose coming to Perth to study, there's no delay in communication with your friends and families, your parents back home. So, if you post something on your social media, there's still, your friends will be still able to put, to leave you with some comments. There's no delay. So, okay, so when you choose this place to study, and of course, the location, time, the weather, environment is important. But the most important thing, I reckon, is the economy. Yeah, you don't want to go to a place where the economy size is very small and lifestyle is very slow, because to the end of the day, what you want to get out of this overseas study experience is to be able to find a job, right? To upskill yourself and find a job, and seeking more opportunities. So that's what Perth can offer. So Western Australia will only have 11% of the whole Australia's population, which is just over 2.2 million. So 90% of the population living in the capital city, Perth. So in Perth, we just have over 2 million people. So although only 11% of population, but we actually deliver 50% of the value of the whole Australia's export, because we are very rich in the natural resources, the oil and gas, iron ore, and there's a lot of metals reserved in Western Australia. So if you look at the companies, these are the very big company names: BHP, Rio Tinto, Woodside Energy. There's a lots of American company and a Europe company and Middle East company as well. They have their capital, they have their headquarters based in West Australia because this is where the resource is. So this is the leading economy of West Australia. So although we don't have a massive population, but we are economy-wise, we are leading the whole country. And because we have such big size of economy and our if you're comparing the average salaries to other states, West Australia is actually higher. We actually rank the second highest average salary in all the Australia capital cities, just next to Canberra. So which means do the same job, in West Australia, you get a little bit higher pay. So this is the how economy can translate to your benefits as an international student. So lots of job opportunities, lots of big name company with the big names, but very small population comparing to East Coast. So the opportunity or job opportunity per capita, it's higher. So that's why we have the lowest unemployment rate comparing to other states in Australia. So there's less competition in the job market. It doesn't matter, it's a part-time job during your study or the full-time job after your graduation. So that's what Perth can offer for you as international students. So we get easy to find a job and high paid job. At the same time, the cost of living in West Australia it's lower than the major cities in East Coast like Sydney and Melbourne or even Brisbane. So you pay 30% less rental in West Australia every week if you rent if you're living in the university dormitory or if you want to share a house with your friends outside the university, the rent is lower. And also we're giving international students discount on using the public transportation. So which means if you're traveling around bus, train, or even the ferry, you receive discount. And all the buses, public transportations in Perth CBD and 2 other central business district in West Australia is also free. So if you're traveling within that area, it doesn't cost you anything. And free public transportation on Sunday because the government wants people to get out of mall and to come to the city. So that's the benefits. So we do taking care of our students, but please don't take this for granted. So if you go to Sydney and Melbourne and normally there's no discount for international students. So basically you pay the same rate as the domestic students as an Australian. So that's from the government side, that's the benefits, how welcome we are to international students. So also we are very inclusive. Compared to the East Coast, we are more diversified in terms of the population, and also there's over 30%, around 35% of Perth population is born overseas from over 200 countries. That's just show you how diversity we are. Not one race, it's it's the majority, but 1/3 of population is actually coming overseas. So there's more understanding of people from different culture. So speaking more than over 200 languages and practicing more than 100 religions. So very inclusive. And also we have some unique benefits. For example, this benefits is very unique to West Australia because we're offering the free free tuition fee, free schooling for the dependent of the students who come into West Australia to do a master's degree or a PhD degree. So for example, if you come into West Australia doing a master by coursework, and if you bring the kids, and the kids will be enjoying free schooling in West Australia, which is unique benefits. And also easy to find a job, good pay, good environment, very inclusive. So that would make Perth become the top 10 most livable city in the world. Always have a spot for Perth. So for your benefits, West Australia, we still, it's a big economy size, lots of Fortune 500 companies here, but we have less population, only 11% of population of whole Australia. That's why the West Australia government trying their best to keep you in West Australia even after your graduation. So there's a lot of benefits the government throwing out there. For example, if you're doing a bachelor degree, master degree by coursework or research, or even a PhD, after graduation, you get a post-study work rights. So the standard post-study work rights, it's 2 years for bachelor degree and 2 years for master by coursework, 3 years for research, and 3 years for doctoral degree. But if you choose to come to Western Australia, and the Western Australia government provide you additional 1 year. So for example, if you come into ECU doing a Bachelor of IT, take an example, you will be eligible for 3 years post-study work rights, which means you can, after graduation, you'll be able to work full-time in Western Australia up to 3 years. So if you're looking at the average salaries in Western Australia, it's around 85,000 a year. So and your tuition fees, if you take an example of our business degree, it's around 30,000 a year. So just by working a 1 year full-time after graduation, you'll be able to pay off the 2 years master degree tuition fees. So it's a very good value of return for your investment, if you put it that way. So as international students, I think you shouldn't just planning for 2 years of my study. You should aim a bit longer, planning my next 5 years. Okay, after graduation, what's my plan? What's my options? Is it in Australia, stay in Australia, find a job, and have some working experience? Then you want to make a decision whether you want to stay in Australia or go back to the home country. So the Western Australia is a perfect destination to give you that flexibility. So after your 3 years PSW, the working visa finishes. So the Western Australia, still, they don't want you to leave, okay? We need people to work here. So that's why there's a lot of occupation on the migration list. So which means if your degree or your career, or your profession is on the migration list, and there's a very highly chance you'll be able to apply for migration, to apply for permanent residence to stay in Australia even longer. So that's how much the Western Australia government wants you to stay after graduation. So in comparison to other states, maybe it's a bit oversubscribed at the moment. So, but in Western Australia, so the door is wide open. We need people to come in, and after you come in, we give you all the benefits and don't want you to leave. So that's just the reality at the moment. So not only we have the happiest people in Australia, and we also have the happiest animal in the world. So in the Rottnest Island, which is the holiday paradise for the Western Australians, we have quokka, which is kind of like a mini kangaroo, and it's unique in Western Australia. And a lot of people, take a ferry for around 30 to 40 minutes to the Rottnest Island to have a tour around, take a selfie about themselves with quokka. So that's the one thing you must do if you're coming to Western Australia. So we actually make a softer toy of the quokka. So hopefully in the future I can get a chance to give one of you if you are choosing ECU. So there's a lot of beaches in Western Australia, lots of open space where you can do your exercise, hanging out with friends. I'm not going to spend too much time in this, so let's focus on ECU, East Cowan University. So East Cowan University, by looking at our name, we are named after a female. That's right. We are the only university in Australia named after female. So Edith Cowan is actually the first Australian woman elected into the parliament. and she devoted her life to fighting rights for the women and children. So that's why Australian government is actually print her on the $50 Australian notes. So if you see the Australian currencies, the $50 notes, it's actually printed as Cowan. And also our university is named after her. So our university is a public university established in 1991. So we're just over 30 years old. And we're offering a very diverse program, over 250 courses. At the moment, we have 3 campuses in Western Australia: EduLive campus, Mount Lawley campus, and the Southwest campus. And something exciting happened to ECU as well, because we are going to move into a new city campus. And the campus just opened it's actually opening this week. So we have lots of people from Western Australia. Even they are not studying at ECU, they would like to come into the campus to do a campus tour to see this, literally Australia's newest campus. So I have a short video to show you later on. So in terms of the size, we are the second largest public university in Western Australia. We have more than 30,000 students, and out of those students, 20% are coming from international, over 100 different countries. So we're very diversified for our international cohort. And we also have a branch campus overseas based in Sri Lanka that was launched 3 years ago. So I'm going to move into ranking the university. So although we are only 30 years old, just over 30 years old, but we already ranked the top 100 by the Times ranking for the young university in the world. So that's a very remarkable achievement. If you look at the overall ranking, we are ranked top 400 in the world. That is the latest ranking. So we started a bit slow, only 30 years old, but we progressed very quickly on the university ranking ladder. And not only the research ranking, we're also receiving a very, very good ranking locally in Western Australia. So those rankings, the Good University Guide, are the rankings where the Australian students are referring to when they are choosing university. So it's basically on the real student feedback. So it's a big survey that Good University Guide done each year. And it's survey basically the graduates from each university, and based on their study satisfaction and career outcome, or even employment salaries and overall learning resources. There's a different indicators. So our university, ECU, we ranked 17th years in a row for the top satisfaction university for undergraduate study. And we also received the 5-star, that's the highest star for the Good University Guide in teaching quality. So we are very well recognized, not only internationally, but also domestically by our own students. It's like when you going to explore some food in a new country, you're not going to just trust the magazine that recommended to you. You also need to look at the Google review, for example. So that's the real feedback from the customer. So in this case, Good University Guide, and it's like the Google review for the university. So which I think is very good and useful tool when you if you can't make a decision, just always referring to that. So that's the real student feedback. So we have 8 different study areas offering those 250 programs. So that's cross arts, humanities, business and law, engineering, medical health sciences, nursing, science, education, and WAPA. But today we don't have 2 hours to talk about all the programs. So basically I will maybe just choosing 3 programs that attracts the most international students at ECU. So this is some of the facilities on campus. I'll just quickly go through it. So you can see there's a library, there is lots of open space for study, cafeterias, gym, sports center, and even outdoor cinema as well. And we have on-campus accommodation across all the campuses. There's a different room types, 6-bedroom, 3x2, 2x2, or even bachelor studios. There's different type. And also our students getting a lot of support from our international student hub. So we do have a one-stop shop services for our international students. So if you lots of international students, when they first come to Australia, they need some help with their assignment, with people to look at assignment and giving some learning advices. So this is what Student Hub is all about. We do our best to make sure pass uni and graduate and find a job. So student support services, it's how we help our students to pass uni and get a job. So, and all the program offering at ECU is very related to the industry. So it's not like comparing us to the group of 8 you might heard of. You know, there's a top ranking 8 university in Australia. So they are high in ranking, but also very focused on research as well. So which means most of the university revenue and income is actually spent on research. And in university like ECU, we are falling into a different category. We are teaching intensive university, which means we're spending lots of our revenue, most of our revenue income into make sure our student can find a job, make sure we train you the practical skills so you can find the first job easily. So this is how these 2 different type of university it's operating. So that's why we hiring lots of lecture and from the industry, so they actually teach you with their own experience. And also we buy lots of industry standard equipment to make sure our students is actually practicing on the industry software and hardware. So when you graduate, getting to the apply for a new job, and you can hit the ground running. And it's make sure you are more employment ready. So then one exciting thing happened to ECU is we are opening a new campus. So this new campus took 3 or 4 years to build, and it just the construction just completed this week. So we have lots of influx of the students and lots of people who work in the Perth CBD coming to inside the campus and see the campus. So the government literally gave us the best location in Perth. So on the other hand side, where you can see a lot of tall buildings, they are the Perth CBD. So that's what formalized the Perth skyline. So all the mining company, all those big companies showed in the previous slides, they actually have their headquarters just opposite to our new campus. So our program, for example, business program, each program will have internship with those companies. So which gives you the opportunity to getting the industrial experience before graduation. Also, our campus is actually built on top of the public transportation. So the Perth Central Station, bus station, is actually underneath our campus. So it doesn't matter where you live, you just take the bus or take the train and just hop off the bus and press the elevator buttons, go straight to your classrooms. So that's how convenient, how good the location is. And on the other hand side, opposite to the CBD, which is not showing in this picture, is the Perth, where all the food, where all the entertainment is. So it's an area called the North Bridge. So that's where the Chinatown is. That's where all the Asian grocery shop is. That's where all the clubs, you know, all the fun places is. So you can tell that there's no better location than this, but the government give it to ECU because the government wants to build a campus that attracts more people coming to center to build more vibe to the city. So that's why they give this campus to ECU. So you might not able to see the full degrees, 360 degrees of this campus, but it's actually very big. So we are at its full capacity. We'll be able to hosting more than 10,000 students in this campus. So we're offering most of our programs for international students. For example, all the business programs, all the cybersecurity programs, arts, humanity programs, and the performing arts programs, they all offer at this city campus. So because it's open already and open only today's Thursday, so it's only open 4 days. And our team just went into this new campus like new students. So we're just going around and take the videos. I'm going to share the videos with you. It's only 80 seconds video, so bear with me. Cool. So that's just give you a bit initial feels about this new campus, the vibe, because not many, because we don't have access to going inside the classrooms, but you can see there's a lot of purpose-built performing space for our students. So there's no rows and row of desks and chairs like the traditional teach and learning environment. You won't see that at all in this campus. It's representing not only the newest campus, newest facility of Australia higher education, it's also representing the new teaching style, teaching and learning style reflecting the era in the AI. So lots of collaboration, lots of cross-discipline collaboration rather than blackboard, chalks, like the traditional way of teaching. So I'm very excited to see this. Also, this campus is also not just a campus, but also a landmark of Perth. So you can see at night, it also doing a bit of lighting performance. So if you drive bypass CBD, you're never going to miss our campus because it's always shining. In the Lunar New Year, it will do some theme lighting shows around the facade of the campus. Ramadan and other traditional holidays, it will do different performance. Okay, so let's talk about our first program. So the first program will attract lots of international students would be nursing. So in Western Australia, ECU has the largest school of nursing and midwifery. So every year we produce the largest number of registered nurse to the industry. So we have the nursing program for both undergraduate and postgraduate. And we have a big quota, big cap to taking our international students. And the program is ranked top 150 in the QS subject ranking. And we're using the hospital standard ward to teach the students. And each student will need to complete at least 800 hours throughout their study before graduation. So very practical, very hands-on. So I'm just briefly talk about the program for Bachelor of Nursing, and for both Bachelor and the Master of Nursing. After graduation, you will be able to become a registered nurse in Australia. So there's no additional test, or there's no other cost for you to be able to register. So the whole program, 3 years for Bachelor, 2 years for Master, will give you the registration to be able to work in a hospital or in the aged care or in any care center as a registered nurse. So the Bachelor of Nursing, we have 2 intakes, February and July, 2 intakes, and it's 3 years long. And this program, we have 3 different versions, depends on your previous qualification. Let's talk about the 3 years. If you are just finished your high school and with no experience, no other qualification, you can come to ECU and do your English as long as you reach the IELTS 7.0. So you will be starting year 1, year 2, year 3, and you will be doing your 800 hours practicum and become a registered nurse. So if you already have a bachelor degree or even a diploma in nursing, back to your home country, and we will give you 1 year credit exemption. So you just need to do 2 years to complete the program and get the nurse registration. So the last one is, we call it, it's a 1 year program. We call it conversion, the nursing conversion program. So why it's only 1 year? Because there's a big shortage in Australia, especially in Western Australia, for nurses. So that's why the industry can't wait 3 years or 2 years for university to train a registered nurse. So they're just using this program to grab the qualified nurses from overseas. For example, if you are from Malaysia or Philippines or Indonesia or Singapore, if you are a registered nurse, if you have a nurse registration and you have like a 3 or 4 months experience work as a registered nurse, and you can join this conversion program, study only 1 year, you will become a registered nurse in Australia. So that's how that's reflecting how bad the shortage is. The industry, they can't wait, just let you study 1 year and you can become a registered nurse in Australia. So this 1 year program is the most popular program for ECU, and not many universities in Australia offer that program. It's only a handful, maybe 4 or 5 universities offer this program, and each university have the quota, which means they can't recruiting as many as they want. They only can recruiting 10 or 20 students. Okay, but at ECU, we have the largest quota of this 1 year program. So I think it's closing to a 60 or 70 quota for international students for this 1 year program. So so if you are interested in this courses, I would suggest you to apply as early as possible, because once it's open, it gets filled very quickly. It's only 60 or 70 places, but each year we have over 300 or 400 applications. So it's a very competitive program. So if you already have a bachelor degree, even it's not from the nursing background or even the medical background, and you can study our Master of Nursing course. This program only have February intake, 2 years duration, the same IELTS, same English requirements as undergraduate. So so if you don't have any nursing or medical background, and the ECU will be able to packaging a short human biology program before your study. So it doesn't really matter if you have a background knowledge or not. We will train you up to make sure you are ready before you enter the master degree. So again, we also have a quota for this Master of Nursing program. It's even more competitive. We have around 100 quota each year for international students, but there's over 800 or even over 1,000 applications. So if you're interested, please, again, lodge your application as early as possible to get yourself on the waiting list before it's all gone. So that's it for nursing. Generally speaking, nurse as a profession in West Australia, in Australia, is high respected, and it's also have a very good starting salary. The starting salary for nurses is around 80,000 Australian dollars a year, and that's just a standard salary. But most of the nurses, they do overtimes, which means they will enjoy a higher rate, 1.5 rate or even 2.0 rate. So normally, if you're working a bit of normal shift and a bit of overtime shift, you could earn up to 10,000 a year. So yeah, so which is a very high paid profession in Australia. So the next program I'd like to talk about is from School of Business and Law. So our school is ASSB accredited and also ranked top 250 for business school in the world. And our highest ranking program is our hospitality program at ECU. So you can see we have top 30. Is the hospitality program at ECU is ranked top 30 in the world, Shanghai subject ranking. And the one of the biggest feature is we offering 1 semester internship, and that's embedded in both bachelor and master program. So which means we will do our internal interview, and we will recommend our students to our partner hotels, and the student will be placed into the hotels and doing their internship for 1 semester. So in this semester, you don't come back to the classroom, you'll be work in the hotel. And some of the students even get paid, but it's not a guaranteed. It really depends on the supply and demand and of an arrangement from that hotel. So so very practical and hands-on. Most of our students manage to land an ongoing contract after the 6 months internship with the hotel. So because there's a big shortage in the hotel as well. So the chances for you to be able to offer the ongoing contract, it's very high. So if you're comparing that to nursing, so the starting salary of the hospitality in the hospitality industry may not as high as become a professional nurse, but it's very easy to get into the industry. So we work with our partner hotel, including Ritz-Carlton, Westin, Intercontinental, all those 5-star franchise hotel in the world. And because of the position, the skill shortage, is very easy for our students to get into the industry. Starting salary, you're looking at 65 to 70 a year. And there's always opportunity to grow. So that's why lots of students, they prefer to study hospitality to get the career kick off, right after graduation. So the next school, we have medical and health sciences school. We're offering courses in like medical sonography, imaging science, sports science, nutrition, speech pathology, occupational therapy. So we have all those allied health programs. I'm not going to go in details. I really want to highlight the last program I want to highlight is it's from our School of Science. So computing, cybersecurity. So these programs and IT, so those 3 programs are our popular group program for international students. So especially for cybersecurity. So if you look at the cybersecurity program, again, we have the largest program in the size in Australia. So we produce around 1,000 graduates from cyber program each year, which is 10% of the whole Australia cyber graduates. Because ECU is one of the university that's offering the cyber program the earliest. So 20 years ago, when there's no concept of no subject even called cybersecurity, we already opening the master of cybersecurity, where other universities, cybersecurity is only one unit, maybe an elective unit or a core unit of IT or computer science. But at that time, it's already an independent subject from ECU. So we're very experienced and knowledgeable to training the cyber expertise. Now you can see every university is starting to offer cyber because of the AI, because of the technology innovation, and each company, they enjoy the benefits of the new industry revolution. We'd like to call it industry revolution 4.0 with the new AI, but it also brings a lot of issues, bring lots of problems, and leaves the company lots of vulnerabilities in the cyber world. That's why we need cybersecurity expertise. It doesn't matter if it's a university, if it's the hospital, if it's the public sector, or it's a private company, we all need a cybersecurity expertise. So in talk about the cyber, I would like to maybe elaborate a little bit more. So what cyber is. Okay, so there's always different concept of IT when we talk about the IT program. So there's different branches. I think they can be put under falling under three categories. One is the computer science, one is information technology, and the other one is the cybersecurity. So what's the difference between these three professions? They have lots of similarities, but in terms of the career outcome and career path, they're very different. So computer science, it's the person coming with the career title like software developer, programmer, is the data analyst, or even the software engineer. So those are the students are very good at mathematics, very good at problem solving, are very technology focused person. They are the person who developed softwares. They are developing the person who write ChatGPT, for example. So these are the units or the skill you will be learned, and this is the career outcome. This is the career path these students will be follow. So, but these students, the people who write ChatGPT, they don't considering the security issues. They don't worry about how vulnerable this program is. They just try to get this program to work, right? Just doing it's supposed to do, but it won't analyze how this program can fit into the company setting, and how this program is this program going to leading any cybersecurity issues, potential information or data leakage, or can be explored by the external or your competitors. So they don't worry about this. So that's why we have this cybersecurity profession. This profession are trained information security, how to store the data, how to keep information safe. And if there's a data leakage or cybersecurity incidents happened, how do we react? How do we trace the attacker? How do we fix the issue? How do we recover the data? So these are the profession. This is what the cybersecurity students will be learning. And things like information security officer, a cybersecurity consultant, forensic investigator are the very common title for the cybersecurity students. So these are the professions for cyber. So how about IT, information technology? You can see in these slides, the last picture is the person who they're wearing different suits, right? They're wearing the business suit. So it's actually tipping off what they are doing. So basically, we in the company, we don't just need the program writer. We not only need the cybersecurity specialist, we also need someone who understand not only IT, not only understand the technical side, but also understand the business side. So IT is exactly that kind of person. So they understand what the business want and what potentially IT solution is. So they are the person who can make those decisions. For example, take our university as an example. We have a lot of student records, right? Students transcript, your graduation certificate, lots of information stored in our system. But how do we store those information? How do we make sure different department they can get access of this records safely and efficiently? So the person in our IT department will understand what we need, and they will go into the IT company and work with the IT company to design a software, so the whole university can use that software to address that issue. So this is what the IT consultants are doing. So half business, half technique, and make sure these two words talk to each other. So this is what IT. So you can see there's if you look at the career title, career outcome, there's an IT consultant, investigator, administrator, manager. All those titles are very business focused. They are not technology or the skill focused. So I hope this explanation will give you a bit of clear understanding of how these three different branches in IT have leading to a different career outcome. So for all the IT program, and including cybersecurity, and we are very hands-on. We already canceled all the lectures. So if you study IT with ECU, there's no need to attend any lectures. So you will be spending lots of time in lab, and you spending lots of time doing workshops with your lecturer and doing the teamwork to solving problems with your teammates. So how do we assess our students? Okay, there's a case study, there's a presentation, there's production activities, there's a test, there's a video walkthrough, there's a written reports, and lots of different form of assignment. So again, we don't have any written exams, no lectures, no written exams. So that's what you can expect when you're choosing to come to ECU. Or we're very practical, we're very problem-solving oriented. And also, it's very similar to the hospitality program, and we have 1 semester internship. So this 1 semester internship, you will be placed in one of those companies to do your internship, not only the IT company. So you can see there's a partner like a bank, a Commonwealth Bank. There's also the government department. There's also the oil and gas companies as well. So, for example, there's a lot of mining companies in Western Australia, right? And those mining sites are very far away from CBD, from Perth. You have to take about 2 hours flights to get to the mining sites. So how to reduce the cost and improve the productivity in the AI world? The answer is remote control. So using robot to doing the actual prospecting, to go inside the mining, the driverless big truck, the drones flying around. So lots of robot and automation is happening in the mining sites. So, but it's actually reducing a cost for the mining company, but also bringing the problems, which is if it's got attacked, if this automation process malfunctioned, they will suffer lots of in revenue lost. So that's why the mining company, they all investment a lot in the cybersecurity, in the IT field, in the IT department, to make sure this automation process is running smoothly without any interruption. Or if any incident happen, they can respond to it and they can resume the automation very quickly. So that's why all the oil and gas company, they not only need an engineer, they not only need the finance people, they also need lots of cybersecurity specialists in their IT department. It is the same for banks, for the government, even for the Western Australia police force as well. Lots of crime. It's not people is robbing phones and the laptops anymore, right? So they're hacking to the account and do the scammings. So that's what whereas the cybersecurity skill could be helpful and useful in this field. So back to what I said. So 6 months or 1 semester of internship is what we can offer to our cybersecurity students. So again, you'll be placed half year one semester within our partners, and many our students managed to land it ongoing contract after graduation. So that's how practical we are. So this is the reputation, again, some reputation of our cyber program. So we are recognized one of the 2 universities in Australia as a leader in cyber for research and teaching. So the other university is the Uni Melbourne. So Uni Melbourne in the east and the ECU in the west. So we are the 2 the best cyber program in Australia. And this is the learning environment. So you'll be so it's actually reflecting your 3-year study if you study Bachelor of Cybersecurity. So if you look at the bottom right picture, so this is your year 1. You're spending most of time of your year 1 in this classroom. You can see there's a bit of light of the roofing. So we call it blue and red room. So the blue and red, it's terminology in the cybersecurity, where one team it's play as attacker, the other one play as defender. So the competing and trying to penetrate and defending the system, and they switch. So based on this practicing, our students will up their skill in cyber. So when they are reaching the 2nd year, they're not only focused on the skill anymore, they will be focused on the teamwork. So that's where you can see the bottom left photo. So where our students be put into the team, they're working on different tiers and on the big monitor in the front. So it's actually reflecting the incidents happen to the company's server. So whether it has been attacked, there's an unusual foot traffic, our students will analyze the issue and escalate in between different teams. Okay, if it's serious issue, and they will be escalating and put a report together to the case manager, to the chief information officer. The chief information officer will make a report to the business owner, and then they can make decision. So they learn how to work as a team. So the final year, and they will be moving into these little black rooms on the top, right? So they will be working with the real industry, and for example, the police academy will bring their real project into ECU for the security reasons. They actually set up these little dark rooms. So if you go bypass, you can't see anything inside. Everything in there is confidential because it's got to do with cybersecurity, and it's real client job happening at ECU campus. So this cybersecurity program is offered both at ECU City campus, our brand new campus, and also our main Joondalup campus. So you can choose whether you want to go. So yeah, so that's our cyber program. So we also have teaching program, early childhood, primary, secondary, but I'm not going to go deep in that, but very similar to the nursing program. If you remember, we have this 1-year conversion program where Australia just, grabbed the overseas qualified nurses and to address their own issue. So the teaching program has very similar arrangement. We have a graduate diploma in both early childhood, primary, and secondary. Those GD graduate diploma program are only 1 year. It's very similar. If you coming to do this 1-year program, you'll be able to get the teacher registration within 1 year. Again, we have a big shortage for early childhood, primary, and secondary teacher in Australia as well. That's why the industry can't wait 2 years or 4 years for the university to train a qualified teacher. So that's very popular at the moment, especially for those students who complete the first degree in Australia or in UK. So yeah, so they can come and just do the GD program and get a teacher registration, become a registered teacher. So also we only touch on base on this. So we also have a very, very large school that's called West Australia Academy of Performing Arts. So it's a performing-based academy, and we're offering program in music, dancing, performing arts, music theaters, and arts and cultural management. It covers a big range of the performance program. And I think I've showed some of the facilities in the new campus video as well. There's a lot of again, there's no classrooms. When we do the campus tour, you won't be able to see any classrooms, standardized classrooms. It's all real performance facilities, recital halls, and dancing studios, and playground, playhouse, and those facilities, we can use it to do the performance to the public. And we actually have a box office. We actually sell tickets to the public for them to see our students perform. So it's, again, very practical. So you will be learn while you're preparing or doing your performance. And also we have a few star alumni these are very, they are all very active in Hollywood. You might have heard of Hugh Jackman. He's also a graduate from WAPA. And our WAPA, our performing arts programs also ranked top 100 in the QS ranking. I think 5 years in a row, top 100, and ranked second in Australia next to Uni Melbourne. So very prestigious program. We have the star alumni, and you'll be studying performing arts in the best campus in in the whole Australia. So if you are interested in performing, and if you good at singing, if you're good at any instrument, if you're good at dancing, and please get in contact with us. So we will see if we can arrange auditions for you to be able to get into WAPA. Cool. So accommodations, I wouldn't spend too much time, but just letting you know, our city campus is 100% teaching facility. It doesn't have accommodation, but there are lots of student towers built around our campus. So there's over 8 or 9 accommodation towers around our campus, and altogether there's around 5,000 beds. So that's more than enough for our students. So you'll be all living in like 8 or 9 minutes walking distance to our campus. Scholarships. So undergraduate and postgraduate, based on your GPA or WAM, we give you 20% of the full duration scholarship. And if you decided if the program you're going to study is offered at a city campus, we give you 5,000 once off welcome bursaries to encourage you to study at ECU City. So take an example of the popular program, for example, Bachelor of Commerce. So after 20% and another 5,000 bursary, so you end up paying around close to 26,000 a year, which is very affordable if you're comparing the tuition fees to the East Coast University. So very affordable after the scholarship. And I also listed the entry requirements for undergraduate. So we recognize MMP or STPM or UEC curriculum. There is most of the program you can refer into the standard entry. So and also IB A-level and the WIS program, we all have the direct entry to our undergraduate program. So yeah, so last slides of my picture. For those who celebrate Lunar New Year, Happy New Year, and welcoming the Year of the Horse. And our campus is just open. So that's it. Thank you so much for your time for today's session. And I'm just wondering, do we have any time for Q&A or?
Definitely we have. And to be honest, I have a couple of questions coming in from the other platform. So yeah.
No worries.
All right. So once again, thank you so much for your presentations. And I will start with the questions, by the way. So I have these first questions. Yeah. Internships guarantee or is it competitive?
Internship for those 2 programs I've was mentioned in this presentation, it's arranged by the school. So the internship itself is a uni, as long as you register and pay for that uni, and you will be going through from day 1, you will be entering the process where we have the internal training process for your interview, how to write your CV, how do you promote yourself on LinkedIn, and how do you do the interview. We do the mock interview for our students as well. When the school course coordinator feel students ready, and they will recommend the students to joining our partner company. And the partner company will have a panel. They will have the internal selection criteria, because normally the partner company won't just have one position. They will have multiple position in different area. So they have to do the interview and make sure put students to the right spot. So
Right.
in put it in a simple word, yes, it's guaranteed. There's a process.
Right, awesome. Then I have the second question. So, are there any upcoming scholarships or like some kind of special programs that can be specifically targeting to the Philippine students for 2026 intake?
20% scholarship, full duration scholarship is one of them. The second one would be the 5,000 bursary for study at the city campus. And we also have the WACE bursary. So if you are in Philippines, if you study the Western Australia curriculum, so I think we have 2 or 3 full scholarships offered by the Western Australia government. But other than that, more scholarship. If there's any other scholarship, I will definitely keep AIG informed. Yeah, but at the moment, we only have these 3 scholarship offered at the moment.
Right, all right. So then I have another one. So other than 20% scholarship, what is other higher scholarship if the student result is merit?
I would say the WACE scholarship. So it's merit-based scholarship, and each year there's only 10 or 15 spots from the Australian government. And so each university will be allocated a few different spots. So for ECU, we probably will be allocated 2 or 3, and those 2 or 3 are full scholarship. You don't have to pay anything in tuition fees. So it's all paid off by the government. Yeah. But for ECU, we're working on a few proposals as well and try to give a little bit more scholarship. Yeah, but it also depends on the program as well. In general, the competitive program, normally we don't have any scholarship. For example, nursing, we won't have any scholarship. It's just the supply and demand, it's only limited spots, but overwhelmingly a number of applications. That's why the school decided not to give any scholarships.
All right. So the
Yeah.
next one, how do ECU assess the overseas nursing experience if the student want to apply for 1 year nursing course in ECU?
Yeah, so we have a few requirements. The first one is you need to have a sort of nursing qualification. So either bachelor or diploma in nursing. The second is we just need a 3 months working experience as a registered nurse after you obtain the nursing registration certificate in your home country. So it can be a employment letter, or it can be an employment contract to prove that you did your 3 months experience after you obtain your nursing registration. That's all we need to say. And plus English, IELTS 7.0. Yeah.
Okay. Then I got the next one. This is for Master of Teaching secondary program. So
Yeah.
if the student want to teach music only for secondary school, is that possible? If yes, does the student need to go through auditions for the applications, or is it like they have to show some kind of like a shown music degree?
Sure. So the short answer is no. So for the Master of Secondary, especially Master of Teaching secondary program, you don't really choose what you're going to teach. You don't choose your major or minor. So basically, you're uploading all your documents, your transcript, and your degree, and the school will assess and have you finished enough units to be able to teach the major. For example, if you want to teach music, and the school will need to see at least 6 above units on your undergraduate transcript to be able to admit you to teach music in a high school. So if you just submit your documents, and the school will be able to teach, will be able to assess whether you can teach music or not. It's pretty black and white. Yeah.
Yeah. And another one, once all the documents and payment are submitted, what is the typical processing time for the COE?
So it's pretty quick. So it's usually take 2 or 3 business days before the money hit ECU account, and after our finance receive your tuition fee, and our admission will issue the COE. It's normally 3 to 4 business days. Depends on the season as well. For example, the Lunar New Year period, all the bank shut down, so it will take a bit longer. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Then I got 3 more questions to go. So
Yeah.
the other one is how is the class size like?
It really depends on the program. So if you're talking about performing arts, it's one-on-one. Like you do lots of one-on-one with your tutor, and you're doing your ensembles or doing your recitals with the team. So if you're looking at IT, it's generally small class as well. And because we don't have the big lecture anymore, so there's only 20 to 25 students per class, and it will be break down to 2 team or different small team do your own thing. So if you are doing business, and each class would be around 20 to 30 people, 20 to 30 students, I would say. So all very small class based.
Okay. Yeah, and the last two would be are there any academic support services specifically for the international students?
Yes, we have. So the student hub, it's where to go. So it's a one-stop shop for international students. So during orientation week, so you can go in and get help for pick your uni, enroll your uni, and join your study. The student hub will running the free ongoing academic supporting program. For example, how to write your essay, how to do your reference, how to read, and how to break down your assignment. And they even offer the service to help you to manage your LinkedIn account, to help you to write your CV, your cover letter. So this all free tutorial or workshops at the Student Hub. All you need to do is register, so you can go and get help. So one thing I found is a little bit different is in Australia, university settings, they don't come to you and ask if you need help or not. They don't follow you. You have to reach out to them. You have to be proactive, going out and say, okay, I need help in this, I need help in that, so they can come to help you. So many students, they are a bit shy and they say, okay, I don't want to ask for help. It's a sign of weakness, right? From some people might have that, some students might have that mentality. So as long as that mindset switched, okay, if I need help, I just go and ask for help. And there are lots of people, lots of resources at your fingertips that you can use. So yeah.
Yep, absolutely, agree with you. So the
Mm.
last one, okay, the last one is actually regarding the Southwest campus. Are there any
Mm.
part-time work opportunity and accommodations if they were to choose, the area?
Yeah, plenty. So the Southwest campus, I didn't really mention about that in our presentation. So we do have a Southwest campus, which is about a 2 hours drive down south from Perth CBD. So we have a mini campus there, which there is just over 1,000 students study in their campus, and that campus offering nursing and teaching and also social work and a few performing arts program in that campus. And there is on-campus accommodation as well. So there's plenty rooms available on campus and also nearby. So there's plenty. And also, if you choose to study in that campus, you'll be enjoy additional 1 year post-study work rights. For example, if you do 3 years bachelor, if you study at the EduLive campus, you have 3 years PSW, right? But if you do your program in the Southwest campus, you have 4 years PSW, and you have lots of additional migration benefits on top of that as well. So it's just the government, they encourage people to study in the community university.
All right. Okay, thank you so much, Ryan. I don't see any other questions coming in. So I'm pretty sure these are all the questions that all the attendees have so far by now. So
No worries.
yeah,
Thank you so much, Tommy,
yep.
and thanks AOG for the opportunity. And if you have any issues, any questions, please reach out to Tommy, and we'll get addressed as soon as
Yeah.
possible.
Oh, one last question just literally
Oh
just
yeah,
came in. So how about
yeah.
age restrictions for postgraduate studies?
Age restrictions, is it?
Yep.
Age.
Yes.
Uh,
Yep.
I'm probably not in the best position to because I don't have the best knowledge of the immigration policy. You might want to check with the migration lawyer on that. Because as far as I know, there's a age cap of 35. So if you after by the time of graduation, if you're over 35, you won't be eligible for the PSW. That's my understanding, but I could be wrong. I'm not expert. So please seek out professional advice from the migration lawyer.
Yep, that's exactly true. Okay, then I
Yeah.
don't see, let me check. Okay, yeah, I don't think any more questions coming in. So once again, Ryan, thank you so much for your time today.